Hello, welcome to April 18th, 2023. It's tax day, and a very interesting and significant day yesterday was. Let's jump into it. By the way, my name is Kurt. Hi, this is my daily Good Life meditation video. It's something that I do every morning to think about my life objectives and principles and to plan for the coming day. I also reflect on yesterday and think about the challenges and opportunities that occurred. It's kind of like it's like a journal entry of sorts. That kind of came to me yesterday in a conversation that these are journal entries. And they do, in fact, translate into journal entries. In fact, they wind up, that's part of my daily routine is to, but I'm getting off on a tangent. Anyway, what I typically do is I think about yesterday, then I recite the Good Life Creed, and then I carry on with my plans for the day. So let's do that. Anyway, yesterday was a significant day. I had a very good conversation with someone. Won't give any details, but if that someone sees this, hello, thank you very much for your talking with me yesterday. Our conversation was meaningful to me in a lot of ways, not the least of which is that I feel like I've gained some confidence in what I do and who I am, especially going forward. I came away from Japan, the life that I'd lived there, young family man in the dawn of YouTube and social media, making a slight mark in my own way with what I did as putting on a couple of hats, softypapa, the explorer in the woods, banned in Japan, examining the ruins of the past. YouTube bullet train, the frenetic, caffeinated urban wanderer. And then Lyle's brother, which was one hat that I wore that was probably closer to my true self than any of those other guys'. And then came here and then, buckled under, so to speak, put all that on a shelf and focused on, completing my adult responsibilities. Making sure that my daughter received her proper education, taking care of my family's needs, preparing for our future, readying my wife and I for retirement, all the responsibilities that come with midlife. But now I'm facing down the next giant transitional phase, really the third phase of my adult life. The first phase being the single life of when I was in university and trying to find my way. The second phase being the married life and family. And the third phase being old age and what to do with that after work is done, after child raising is done. And I will confess that I have been timid and uncertain about just what to do. Well, I knew what I was going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to Japan, and I'm going to do those things I did before. But I have lingering hesitations and how do you put words on it? It even makes my hands go like that, right? What is it? It's what is it? I think it comes down to identity, maybe. I'm really shooting in the dark. I didn't plan. I thought I had this thought out when I started this video today. I guess I hadn't thought it all through. Although I know better now. I guess it's easy when you've got a job. Sometimes I wonder why some of my coworkers will work for 35 years at their job. Especially given that where I work, if you work for 35 years at that place, you can retire and get a raise. No, no kidding. You quit. You stop working, and your retirement income will be more than your job by far, a lot more. And I wonder, why do they do that? Because jobs works hard. Well, it could be that they like what they do. That's a possibility. I also think that it's scary doing anything else. That's all we know. Is that me? Could that be me too? When I was 20, well, let's take a couple of examples. Let's take Ron, for example. Ron won't mind me using him as an example. Ron's over in Japan. Ron's been a friend of mine for a long time, on YouTube, and etc. Ron's 22. We've been friends since he was a kid, basically. You know, I don't know how it is that people seem to, a lot of people seem to pick up my videos, especially young men in their early teens and preteens, and then stick with me through their young adulthoods. And Ron's one of those guys. Ron is fearless. He throws himself headlong into one life adventure. I'm not talking little things like a 5-week trip to some country where he's got a round trip ticket. He buys one-way tickets, and he goes and he drops himself at his young age. He drops himself in places and just succeeds everywhere he goes. He's kind of like the poster boy for the great life adventure. I don't have that in me anymore. I guess there's more of me, the 35-year career veteran that doesn't quit, in me than I thought. So I guess the thing that I was struggling to find any words for earlier was the unknown. What's the what next? What if I'm not no longer this? I guess that's me too. I didn't think it was. And I guess maybe that's the way nature wants it, right? Because it's the role of old people like us, right, to create the foundation, to serve as we're the bottom people in the human pyramid, right? Holding up the thing. We can't be shifting things around. The whole thing falls down. I mean, we're facing that now, Yumiko and I, with our daughter, because we had a talk with her on Sunday night about how we're up and leaving you, right? I mean, we brought you to America, got you through school. You're gonna get your degree, and mom and dad are packing their bags and out of here. It's not the role of the old folks, right? Maybe that's part of it too. But we can't do it. Yeah. And it's not. Both Yumiko and I have our places of work are quite reasonable. They're normal. They're challenging, but they're quite reasonable. But we just don't have it in us anymore. Yumiko and I are burned out. We're burned out on the frenetic, to use that word again, not frantic, but frenetic Southern California life. Plus, if we stay here, we'll have to work until we're 70. And neither of us want to do that. So we'll cash out, so to speak, go secret ourselves away to some simple life in Japan. And so now I see it. So it's not just, now that's why I couldn't find the words earlier. Because it's not just fear about where I'm headed. It's maybe the innate sense within me that I shouldn't be moving. Old people don't do that. Old people stay on the family farm. Mom takes care of the inner world, and dad putters around in the garage and changes the snow tires. And then the kids all come home for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever the holiday is with their kids, and enjoy together the holidays under the hearth and the feast of the family home. That's what's doing it too. That's why I can't see forward, because it's an inertia that has grown. I'm not Ron. Ron is innately blessed, as young people are, with a forward momentum. The old like me have a weight in our ass. That's the hard thing to lift. Gosh darn it, I see it now. All of these thoughts are precipitated by a conversation that I had yesterday with, as I mentioned when I started the video. And I won't share any details, but again, if that person sees that, thank you very much for that. You helped me to begin a train of thought that led to this moment now of realizing that it's not just forward motion, but it's also the weight of who I've been that makes it hard. How much more so if I had decades of accumulated home and hearth to weigh me down. As Thoreau described in Walden, watching his neighbors walk along. He describes his farm neighbor at 4 a.m. taking his produce to market, passing Walden Pond on the road, the highway, the dirt. This is 1840s, right? Along the road. And Thoreau describes the farmer pushing before him his house, his barn, his 40 acres of plowed field, weighing him down. The inertia of his settled life. And I'm struggling, and I haven't got any of that. Now I see. A Soothe Good Life. My 7 objectives are: 1, to be always ready to die. 2, to make good and effective use of time. 3, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4, to cultivate good emotional reactions. 5, to perform good actions. 6, to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities. And 7, to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. What are these measured tones? Oh, by the way, all of these principles and objectives are in my book going along. My 34 principles, which I'll see if I can catch all 34. They are: principle of war, principle of reason, the homunculus, the anchor hold, the home of good and evil. 5, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity. 10, the social principle, the principle of family, temperance. Am I missing something right about there? I don't think so. Life will not go well, the horror show. 15, that which must be born, the feast of Offal, best seat in distraction, agency in the great indifference, the best seat in the house. 20, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation. 25, here's where I might miss one. After sin and damnation comes complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, the principle of script writing, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena. Okay, am I missing something here? Uphill climb, arena utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. 33. Did miss one. What did I miss? Did I miss the season of philosophy? Maybe that's the one. Well, not going to worry about it. As for today, it's a big day. I have a lot to do at work, and I'm ready for it. I'm wearing my long sleeve shirt, which I usually do anyway. It's not like today's an exception, but it's getting warmer, and it's more tempting to wear the short sleeves these days. But I'm a long sleeve shirt guy when it comes to work, right? Because it makes me feel more serious and professional. It causes me to focus my attention down. Finish this, upload this, do my usual routine in the morning, and then I'll start my day of work. Yeah, there we go. I wish you all the best. Be safe but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. See ya.